Alright guys, and welcome back to another one of my teammate challenge videos. And basically, for those of you that do not know, this series is kind of like an overpriced versus affordable, or a go big go home series, where I compare two players in the same position. However, what is differently in this series is both players that I do compare are teammates, and price is completely irrelevant, and what I do is give my opinion on which teammate I think is better. So in the last episode I did actually ask you guys to leave in the comment section down below which two players you wanted me to review in the next episode, and quite a lot of you said Reus versus Lewandowski, so I've gone ahead and done that for you. And yeah, basically both of these players play in the Bundesliga for the current Bundesliga champions that are Borussia Dortmund. So one thing I want to just point out before we go into the review is the positions of both the players. Reus is actually naturally a centre forward on the game, whereas Lewandowski is a striker. And although I do say that I do compare players in the same position, centre forward and striker on this game are pretty much the same. But anyway, going on to the price of both these players, Reus can be picked up in a striker position for around 12,500 coins, whereas Lewandowski is around 3,000 coins. So there you can see straight from the start that Reus is much more expensive on the game than Lewandowski, and this is probably because when you buy Reus, he actually has to be converted from centre forward into striker, and this costs quite a lot of money on the game, so this is probably why Reus is much more expensive in the striker position than Lewandowski. Then moving on to the weak foot and skill moves of both players, Reus has 4-star in both of these, whereas Lewandowski has 4-star weak foot but only 3-star skill moves. But like I say in every other teammate challenge, if you are like me on FIFA 13, then skill moves are completely irrelevant. So when looking at skill moves and the weak foot of players, all I really concentrate on is the weak foot. And in this situation, both players have 4-star weak foot. So to be fair, they are pretty similar in my opinion. But going on to the higher skill of both players, Reus actually has a higher skill of 92 sprint speed, which is actually not surprising seeing though he is so quick on the game, and this can be compared to Lewandowski's sprint speed, which is 82. Then going on to Lewandowski's higher skill, this is actually 86 ball control, and this can be compared to Reus's ball control, which is actually 79. Also, some other important skills, both players have a finishing rating of 83, and this is very important for strikers on the game to have a high finishing rating, because it does mean when they are one-on-one, the majority of times they will take the chance and score the goal. Then going on to the long shot of both players, Reus absolutely dominates under this skill. Reus has a long shot of 89, which is probably one of the best on the game, and this can be compared to Lewandowski's long shot, which is only 72. But in all fairness, I don't believe that Lewandowski's long shot is actually that bad on the game, and to be fair, playing them both as strikers, you don't really get many opportunities to shoot long shots, so it isn't that important for these players to have long shots. But if you were looking for a player to score absolutely amazing goals from 30 yards, then you are definitely looking for a player like Reus, because his long shots are just incredible on the game. Then another skill which is important, especially for strikers, is their shot power, and both players are pretty similar under this skill. Reus has a shot power of 85 and Lewandowski has a shot power of 81, and to be fair, under this aspect I can't really compare them because they are pretty similar. Then finally, going into the heading skill of both players, in this field Lewandowski is just completely dominant, because Reus has a heading skill of 51 whereas Lewandowski's is 82. So if you are the type of player that likes to play with wide men and put in crosses like in a 4-3-3 formation, then you are definitely looking to use a player like Lewandowski and definitely not Reus. Then finally, the last stat we are going to compare between both these players is their attacking and defensive work rate. So under this skill, Reus has medium and medium, whereas Lewandowski has high and high. And because of this, I do believe that you can see that Reus is clearly naturally a centre forward on the game. Otherwise, I do think he would have a high attacking work rate. And because of his medium and medium attacking and defensive work rate, I believe Reus is a much more versatile player on the game. So you can play him either striker, centre forward, or possibly central attacking midfield. But anyway guys, that does actually bring us into the part of the video now where I talk about how many goals and assists each player got out of 5 games. So out of 5 games, Reus got 8 goals and 2 assists, whereas Lewandowski got 6 goals and 1 assist. So as you can see, both these players were actually ridiculously good at scoring goals, but Reus with 8 goals is just absolutely phenomenal. I don't think anyone in the teammate challenge so far has got more than 5 goals, and both these players got more than 5 goals, with Reus getting 8 goals, which is just absolutely ridiculous. So if I was going to make a recommendation to you, I would have to say buy Reus. 12.5k, probably the best 12.5k you will ever spend on a striker on the game, because I've never played with Reus before. I know it sounds stupid, but I've never been too keen on using pesos on the game, but Reus was just absolutely amazing, and I really can't see why so many people use him as a striker on the game. So yeah guys, as my recommendation, I would definitely recommend getting both players, because both of them were goal machines, and Lewandowski was quality at holding up the play, but Reus was just absolutely phenomenal, probably the best player on FIFA 13 in my opinion. So anyway guys, that does actually bring us to the end of the video now, and if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up, and also leave in the comment section down below which player you want me to review in the next teammate challenge.